The Gallagher Shots podcast is sponsored by Tyre Spot, the Northeast's leading tyre supplier with branches across the region. Tyre Spot don't just do tyres, they cover everything from servicing to wheel alignment. They can handle every aspect of your car's maintenance. For more information, visit tyrespot.co.uk. Enjoy the episode.
Hello and welcome back to the Gallagher Shots YouTube channel, where we've got for you a match preview for the Chelsea Cup game coming to you live at 7:45 p.m. on Wednesday, the 30th of October. No, I'm not Scott. I'm your host, Joe, tonight, and joined with me is Nickel. So, Nickel, I think given everything that's positive surrounding the club right now, I don't think there's really much to talk about, to be fair. And I think we can pretty much just say we're going to win this comfortably, right?
Yeah. So obviously we had the game yesterday against Chelsea in the league, and Twitter, or as it's now known, X, had a little bit of a meltdown, as it normally does after a Newcastle defeat. And yeah, I'm sure we can go into this cup game full of confidence and that we're going to go through the next round.
Yeah, I mean, when you look at Chelsea's squad, so I want to just talk about Chelsea's squad at the minute, because they've pretty much got two first 11s, given the fact that the likes of Cole Palmer and that weren't even travelling to the European game just last week. They've got this really huge depth, I suppose. The likes of Nkunku to come in, João Felix. They've got a lot of players that can really hurt us. So I suppose the question is, do you think we're going to fare better than against Saturday? Because on Saturday, there were some moments, it wasn't completely terrible, but both, the defense, the midfield, and the attack all had some significant issues. So really, what do you think, what can we expect that's going to be different, do we think, on Wednesday night as opposed to?
Yeah.
Sorry, Sunday. I said Saturday, didn't I? It was Sunday.
Yeah, Sunday yesterday.
Whenever it was.
Yeah. So you're talking about Chelsea's squad depth. So I was there at Chelsea yesterday in the away end, and I turned to my mate. There was some subs warming up, and they had João Felix and Nkunku, Enzo Fernandez, Jadon Sancho, and Mudryk all warming up. Meanwhile, we had William Osula, Lewis Miley, and Emil Kraft, I think, at the time warming up. Now, that's not a slight against our lads, but, there's obviously a lot of quality and a lot of money on Chelsea's bench, which we're probably going to see on Wednesday night, I would imagine. So all them players I've just mentioned, I think will probably play on Wednesday, because they didn't play a lot yesterday. They had Tosin Adrabayo on the bench as well, who got a nice welcome from the away end. I'm sure we'll see him at St James's on Wednesday. Cucurella came on as well on Sunday. And obviously they've got Reece James, who's just coming back from injury, so he might get some minutes. And they had Ben Chilwell not even in the squad on Sunday. So yeah, they've got some quality to come in on Wednesday, but we already know that. And I think on Wednesday, I think we can fare a little bit better because, well, purely just because we're at home. It's a home fixture compared to an away fixture. It's a game under the lights at St James's, which is always a good occasion. And hopefully the crowd get behind them. I know that the club are trying to get everyone to bring scarves and wear black and white, and hopefully we can make it a bit of a cauldron. It hasn't been the greatest atmosphere this season, but hopefully we get behind the lads, because it's a one-off game. Really, there has to be a winner on the night, and it'll go straight to penalties if it's a draw after 90. So.
Oh, that's right. Oh, great. Well, yeah. Right. I think given not on the back of the game against Chelsea, but really a consistent theme across this season, you could just say we've not really clicked. And that's been rife across all really parts of the squad to a certain extent. You've had individual mistakes from, you could pretty much name most players. I suppose we've got to look at Newcastle and think, right, what is it that is going wrong this season compared to, last season? I suppose even last season, you could argue, because whilst we had injuries, it was still the intensity. And I think that's the key word that's missing, is we don't have that intensity, but there's also just I think certain players are potentially underperforming as well.
Yeah.
I mean, where do you see that things are going wrong?
Yeah, well, the fundamental thing is that we're not playing badly. We need to say this season we're not actually playing that bad. I mean, the start of the season was the performances were ropey, but the results were going. Now it's kind of reversed. But it looks like we're losing the ball a bit more in dangerous areas. So on Sunday, Isak didn't hold the ball up enough, lost it, and Palmer scores straight away. He's a quality player. We all know that. So you're gonna get hurt in the Premier League, especially. Bruno this season has been a bit lax on the ball. I know everyone is happy Tonali's back, but if I'm honest, I'm yet to see a lot from him since he's come back. I think he's had moments where he's looked really good, but overall, I've been a little bit underwhelmed by him. I think on Sunday, Joe Linton was the best midfielder that we had. But fundamentally, when we get into the final third, we look a bit lost. We look like we're not sure what we're doing, or we're making the wrong pass or the wrong decision. We're shooting when we should pass, and we're passing or not shooting when we should just hit it sometimes. I remember Harvey Barnes on Sunday cut in. I think he beat a couple of players, and there was a time where he could have hit it, and then he took another touch, tried to go around someone else, lost the ball. And obviously there was the Isak where we had the nigh on open goal and we didn't score.
I can't believe it, man. I'm still reeling about it even today.
Yeah, and obviously the intensity is a lot that's being discussed, but it kind of looks like we're pressing as individuals rather than as we used to as a team. So we used to sort of press. Everyone would move up, the defense would move up, the midfield, the attack would kick off the press. Yesterday, at times it was like Isak was going, and then I don't know, Tonali would go with him, or Barnes would have a go. It wasn't the whole team, and then there was a massive gap between defense and midfield, and that's where Palmer was picking us off. So we need to sort that out for Wednesday, and I'm sure Eddie will be doing that in between now and then.
Right, Nickel, I'm going to ask you to use your imagination for just a second, right? I want you to pretend that you're Eddie Howe or Mad Dog, whichever you prefer, right? Now, you look at Wednesday, and I know this talk has been going on all across social media and stuff. What we need to do differently. Everyone's a Premier League manager nowadays. But even in our WhatsApp chat today, I mean, I was suggesting this, and could this be the right opportunity to potentially, dare I say it, try a new formation outside of the 4-3-3 that we've been?
Yeah, potentially. I said in the preview to the league game that I thought that they were maybe going to go to a back five. No, they didn't do that. And I also thought that maybe Sean Longstaff would come back in for a bit of extra security in midfield. I thought that maybe he would have came in, and he may well come in on Wednesday, because I think a lot of the chat since yesterday's game is that midfield three just isn't working at the minute. And then you've got the dilemma of, do you push Joe Linton as a winger? It depends on Anthony Gordon's fitness. Obviously missed yesterday. But do you push Joe Linton out to the left? Do you bring in Joe Willock? There's so many. The good thing is we have options.
I know, there's so many things.
There's a lot of things that we could do. But I can't see him going to a back five at home on Wednesday.
Do you think we'll see a big change in personnel? Do you think we'll see the likes of maybe even Asula coming in from the start, and like Willock getting a lot more minutes, Sean Longstaff? It's hard because we don't actually have that deep of a bench at the minute when you consider the fact that we're pretty much making the same subs on 60, 65 minutes every game. So those players are still getting a decent run out,
Yeah, I think we could see Jacob Murphy come back in for Miggy. That's a change I can see happening. I can see, if he's fit, I can see Gordon coming in for Barnes. I don't think he'll play Asula from the start. I think it'll be Isak again, or if he can't do 2 games in a week so quickly, it might be Gordon up front. And then the midfield, I think we could see Longstaff back, and I think it would be, honestly, Sandro to drop out. And then at the back, The fullbacks will pick themselves, I think, because Trippier's still injured. Lewis Hall did well yesterday, I thought.
Yeah, that's it. We
Yeah.
don't have much. We don't have much like depth in that field at the minute. You're right. Like,
Yeah,
they're
yeah.
pretty much do pick themselves. So,
Yeah.
do you think we'll see one of? Do you think we'll see big?
Oh, sorry, I've lost you there, Joe.
Sorry, am I back?
You're back. You're back. Sorry, I lost it. Who do I
I'm
think?
back. Yeah, perfect. Big John Ruddy. Do you think we're going to see him?
No. It'll be. I think it'll be Nick Pope in goal. I mean,
yeah, of course it will.
The whole squad, including Eddie Howe, have banged on about how much they want to win a trophy this season.
Yeah, we need this, man. Absolutely.
Yeah, and I can't see us getting in Europe if I'm at the moment. So hopefully the league form improves on that. But yeah, so
you never know.
Yeah, I think a cup is a good way to go this season.
Absolutely, mate. Yeah, right. I know we've been kind of negative at the minute just because of how everything's going on, but like, let's talk a bit about cause for hope. So.
Yes.
We are, like you said before, we're not playing badly in parts. We are stringing opportunities together, and we have clicked at certain times this season. Now, I look at Chelsea's B team. I say B team. It's still probably better than most Premier League 11s. But like Mudryk, he's all pace, but he's got pretty much no end product. That's pretty much me jinxing it there. He's going to score 2. I mean, I do think that if we play mostly our first 11, we have a much stronger opportunity to get at them and to get in behind, as opposed to what we were like at the weekend. And like you say, it's at home as well, which we're always better at. So I do think that there is, room for like positivity in that going into Wednesday. I think you have to, because otherwise, what else have you got? I would like to see just us using the midfield a lot more, both from a defense, like from a build-up perspective, but also supporting Isak if he does start. I just think that he needs that supporting runners. I got a bit of flack in the reaction video when I suggested bringing in Willock from the start. I'm not saying that Willock is going to be the be all and end all of solving our problems, but I just look at how Tonali and Joe Linton are operating right now, and I think they need to be doing more to push up. I remember Tonali's first game back against Forest, and he was so direct in his passing and the forward runs he was making. And we haven't really seen that since, have we? It's not been quite the same. And I think he needs that license to do that. And whether you then ask Bruno to cover in behind or what have you, I don't know. But I'd love to see more of that from him.
Yeah, that might be. And for all he has his limitations, that might be where Sean Longstaff comes in key. You just say to him, you sort of be the sitting midfielder, and it might give the likes of Tonali and Joe Linton to get forward a bit more, because we're going to have a midfielder contributing to the goals. It can't all be on Isak, especially when he's as isolated as you've sort of highlighted there.
Yeah, absolutely right. Okay, so we're going to go to everyone's favorite segment of the show. And no, it's not the predictions. It is the one and only Ref Watch. And we have Big Dasmo ready to take it away. So here you go.
Hi, everyone, and welcome to the Ref Watch for the Chelsea League Cup game on Wednesday night. First off, I need to apologise, but I mistakenly said that Chris Kavanagh was on VAR for the league game at Chelsea on Sunday. That was incorrect. It was, in fact, Jared Gillett. Reason I said Chris Kavanagh, well, he's going to be the man in the middle on Wednesday at St James's Park. Refereeing his second Newcastle game of the season so far. Previous one was the win down at Wolverhampton in mid-September. That game at Wolves was the first win we'd had with Chris Kavanagh in charge in 5. Previous 4 games, all being in last season, were all defeats. His stats this season for Premier League games has actually increased a little bit after the game that he refereed on Saturday between Aston Villa and Bournemouth. He actually dished out a mammoth 13 yellow cards in that game, which has sort of boosted his stats, I suppose. So he's done 8 games this season, 62 yellow cards now after that gluttony of yellow cards that he had yesterday, and 3 reds in those 8 games as well. No VAR for this one. No VAR in the League Cup until at least the semi-final stages. That's an FA decision, I think, so nobody to worry about in that respect. But yeah, Chris Kavanagh in the middle. Let's hope for a second win in a row. Come on, boys.
And we're back right now. Prediction time. So, Nickel, I'm gonna obviously come to you first because you're the only one here. What do you think, mate? I mean, what do you think? Are you feeling good going into this? Do you think we're going to fare better than at the weekend?
Look, we're gonna be positive on here, aren't we? So we're gonna say we're gonna go through the next round by hook or by crook. Yeah. Oh, this is tough. I think we'll win on penalties after a 1-1 draw. That's my prediction.
Who's scoring? Who's scoring?
Oh, for Chelsea, I think it'll be Nkunku, and for us, I think it'll be. We'll go with Alexander Isak to get another one against.
Do you think Bruno's going to be allowed to take a pen?
Oh, I hope not.
I'm getting flashbacks to his one against Palace where he absolutely skied it. The poor lad was absolutely decimated for weeks. I remember his team, his face in the team photo.
Yeah, but I will say in the earlier rounds of this competition at Forest away, he's the one who dragged them through that shootout because he was, I think it was one of his first games after being made official captain, and he was geeing up the away end, and he scored a penalty, and it was kind of the turning point, and then Nick Pope saved one, and they put one over the bar, so he kind of dragged them through that shootout, I thought, actually. So yeah,
absolutely,
win on pens, 1-1, win on pens.
Spot on. Right, I'm going to keep the positivity going. It might be complete delusion, it might be just because we're keeping it positive on this show, but I'm going to go for a reverse of the fixture just gone. So 2-1 win, and I'm going to go for Isak to get a brace. I hope the lad really manages to get a few chances. And I just, what it is, right? I really just want to see us being a bit more flowy, for want of a better phrase. Once we do click, we are one hell of a team, and I think it's a great opportunity. I know we've got Arsenal at the weekend, so it's going to be difficult. You're probably not going to see all our best players get 90 minutes. Tonali's obviously going to come off at 60 minutes for Longstaff, as water is wet. But I'm really looking for some positivity on this. I hope we can push on, get to the next round, because like you say, I just want another Trafalgar Square moment, man. I just want that again. That's all I ask for. I don't care about anything else. Take us 15th at the end of the season. I just want another Trafalgar Square moment. Because
we haven't got any.
It's such a highlight, man.
Yeah, we haven't got any European trips this season, unfortunately. So a trip to Wembley would be nice, either in the final or the FA Cup semi or final. That would be nice. But yeah,
and I think
I was just going to say, let's just hope that this, if we do get through on Wednesday, let's hope that's sort of a bit of a turning point. Obviously, it's a difficult game on Saturday lunchtime against Arsenal, but if we get a good result on Wednesday, that could be a turning point for the season going forward.
Exactly, mate. Exactly. Right, we're going to end it there. Please let us know what you think in the comments below. Are you feeling positive? Why are you feeling positive? Because I'd love to know. But yeah, let's come on. Let's get the win. Let's get through to the next round. I swear to God, we need this. I think the whole fan base needs it, because right now it feels like it's a breaking point, and we just all need to. I think we just need a win. That's all. Yeah. But great. Cheers, Nick. Appreciate it, mate. Thank you all for watching. And we'll see you in the next preview. Cheers.
Cheers. Bye.